Alright.
Hi everyone,
Hello.
I'm Daniel Nikokovic from Overseer Games. We're playing Kaiserpunk, our latest game. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Tomislav, art director here at Overseer Games, and yeah, this is the developers play. Thank you for joining. So I guess it's time for us to kick off.
Yeah, would be a good idea. So Kaiserpunk, if you don't know, is a grand city builder, one of the first of its kind. Why do we call it that? Because it's not just a city builder. You do spend a lot of time building your city, managing production chains, your industry, your people, your citizens, but you also have to manage producing uh, military vehicles and weapons and ammunition and army supplies, because the second part of what you can do is go out into the world and conquer it. That's why it's the grand part. Go ahead. Let's
Yeah.
start a new game. It's better to show you what we're doing instead of just talking about it.
Definitely agree. We're not gonna play the tutorial. People say that's the boring part, so everybody knows how to play. So let's just start.
Well, at least we're supposed to know how to play it. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so as you can see, you can start almost anywhere in the world, depending on what region you choose as your starting point. Different maps are available to pick from. Europe, we'll pick Europe, simple because we're Europeans. So, yeah,
Still Europeans. So yeah, I'm gonna take Valencia. I think
sure.
it's the last one. So let's start. Okay. We'll leave the names as they are. Ah. So this is the heritage. This is where you pick the heritage for your new empire. So yeah. What?
Our sidekick is telling us to lower the volume of the game a bit down.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You could have said so.
Go back.
Yeah. The entire volume, yeah.
Yeah.
Master. Okay,
Yeah.
Yep. Let's do it.
A bit more.
Okay.
You can do some more.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be okay. Yeah. If not, they'll tell us.
Yeah. Let's get back to business.
Yeah. So we were choosing the starting map where you will build your capital city. You only build one city. That's the only city you micromanage. We intentionally opted for that so you can focus on that one large city. And the maps are big, so you will have more than enough space to build your dream city and your dream industry as well. Go ahead, Tomislav,
Okay.
about the
Now
heritage.
let's get back to heritages where I stopped. And before
Sorry,
interrupted,
Mr.
yeah.
Fancy Pants.
So yeah, you can pick your heritage. I mean, where your nation came from. Let's just say, since the game starts at around 1918. Actually, Daniel can shed more light.
Well, yeah, the entire game takes place in the interbellum era between 1918 and 1945, let's say roughly. So it begins at the moment where First World War would have ended. Let's say the game starts. So after the failed Versailles Peace Treaty, the old empires and nations slowly crumbled, and you're one of the new city-states that are emerging from this chaos in the world. But you do have, let's say, a national background. That's the heritage you choose in the beginning of your playthrough. You can also see what type of penalties and bonuses you receive depending on the heritage chosen. And a nice touch is the visual representation of your military units. You will not have all these units unlocked from the start of the game, but you see what they will look like once you unlock them in the game.
Yes, okay, I'm taking the Industrial Titan. Faster construction or repair of aging upgrades. faster army deployment, nice, faster naval trade, trade ship more often, increase the chance of strikes and riots. Okay, never enough of strikes and riots, so
Well, they're fun.
let's take that one.
The next part is where you can design your own flag. Since you're an emerging state, an emerging empire, it's only fitting that you can design your national symbol. And as you can see, what Tomislav is doing here, he can choose different patterns for the flag and then different colors, and also the emblem, the crest, the national crest. Let's see what he does with it. He's the art director, so he should know how to do something nice.
Gonna figure something out. Yep. I was gonna like here, let's just see. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Maybe without it. Let's see another pattern perhaps. Let's check this out. Okay. Gonna yep. Just gonna scale it down a bit more. Let's say that's it.
Yeah. There's a lot to choose from, so it's up to you what you want to design. You can also change it later in the game, so it's not imperative that you settle on a design in the very beginning.
So basic difficulty setup for the session. Some things you might know from games like Civilization and so on. Additional options will be set here on 1.0. But yeah, pretty standard stuff actually.
Yeah.
Difficulty, faction numbers, how many AI factions you're gonna have on the world map to fight with or to trade with, or
basically other city states that you your adversaries or potential allies, depending on what path you choose with them, and what they choose with you as well. It's not all about you. They can choose differently.
Some water.
Water's good.
Always stay hydrated, people say.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's wait to load it up and start playing finally. So basically the starting stories.
Yeah. But the music is too loud. Basically, depending on what map you choose, what continent the map is on, you will have a different initial story to guide you through some of the first gameplay hours, let's say. But you shouldn't be too fixated on that. You should really play it more as a sandbox city builder and use the storyline to at your convenience, let's say. That's the smart way to approach it. But each initial story does come with some penalties, maybe even bonuses that are applied globally. So if you go hover the mouse over this, you will see that basically since we're starting in Europe, there are some initial penalties that you will have to take into account when you're building your city. When you finish the initial storyline, those penalties will be nullified, and you will also get some bonuses, some global bonuses.
Okay. So this is your town center.
A bit run down, but that's normal.
Doesn't look. I need to up the mic a bit. Let's see how that works now.
Better.
We're still.
Okay, we can continue. Then they'll let us know if.
Okay, so this is your town center, and it's the basic humble beginnings, let's just say. So I'm just gonna play a bit here while my colleague here
I'll just continue. They'll let us know.
chats.
So yeah, this is the initial building, and everything you build in the city has to be connected to your town center. So every house, every industrial facility, everything. And it's always a good idea to start with housing first. You will need plenty of workforce to work in your facilities. So that's the best course of action. Yeah, you can go more.
I'm gonna do 4. How much do you think I need? More
It never
people.
hurts.
Need to wait for the immigration to kick in. Let's see, 33 workers unemployed.
The main way to get workers is immigration. How it works is if enough people are interested in joining your nation state, your city state, they will be waiting for you to provide them with housing. So you have to build houses for that particular class of people, laborers, manufacturers, technicians, and specialists, and they will be happy to join your city. Well, they will be happy to join your city if the morale is high enough and if there's interest to join your city. It's one of the things that you have to balance out and work on to attract people to join you, actually.
So yeah, I got no depot, which means I gotta.
Yeah. In Kaiserpunk, it's a lot of the game is about production and production chains. So Thomas here has placed a vegetable farm that produces vegetables, which is the first basic need of your laborers. And go back to the city a bit. Come on, I'm talking about
just checking out some resources. Come on.
I'm talking about the vegetable farm. So yeah, they can start producing, and he has enough workers, but the goods have to be transported from the facility, from the factory. That's why he placed the depot near it, because it has to be relatively near to the producer.
KK?
Oh, just a moment. We have a question. Does hot climate have an impact? At the moment, no. At the moment, no. It's something we definitely will be expanding on after we launch. Simply because we have some other, let's say, quality of life stuff we want to do before we hit 1.0, but we will definitely get back to those things as well. We will definitely be adding more impact from different biomes. There's also, besides tropical, there's also we call it grasslands, that's continental. Then there's arid and boreal, which is more northern areas of the planet, or extreme south. Yeah.
Okay, I got the vegetable production started. Got some greens. That's all cool so far. How about people? 5, 47 unemployed. Many unemployed people. Let's give them something to work with.
Yeah, why he mentioned unemployment is because one of the things that impacts morale in your city is unemployment. So you have to be careful not to have an overcrowded city with people who don't have anything to do, because they will start rioting. They will not be happy by simply existing in your city. They have to have something to do. But it's a balancing act where you have to plan ahead on how many people you will need to start up some production. Yeah.
Definitely need some.
Maybe Thomas, it would be a good idea to explain a bit the production chain window that opens up on the right. Yeah.
This baby right here. Okay, so I just need a bit more complex chain, more advanced chain. Before I'm just about to do it. I need, of course, the forester for some construction materials. I need some plywood quite soon, I'd say, before I continue working.
The story continues.
Mm-hmm. I got to the 100 people in my city.
Well, this is you can choose what you want to focus on, but again, I will say that it's not all about following those directives. you should play more how you want to play. This is just something to guide you along.
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
push you in a
go
direction.
after food. I'm hungry.
That's always a good choice. That's always a good choice. Your people need something to eat. And
Yep.
you will need people both to work in your factories and as recruits for your armies. So
My depot. Yeah, I'm gonna place the lumberyard and forester near to one another.
mhm.
They got the depot near. That's fancy.
Something nice you can always take into account when you're placing buildings. If you see those lines that appear, the connecting different buildings, it shows you the important stuff about. We're getting some more outside information.
Yes, I need to be louder.
Yes, yes.
No problem there. I can yell.
Thank you.
Top notch.
Yeah, those lines that appear between buildings, they show you the connection between some buildings. So, for example, this shows you that the grain field and the vegetable farm are connected directly to the depot. That means the depot will start carrying goods into the global stock. When you select this, it has two links. One is to the depot, but the other is to the forester. That's because the lumberyard uses the resource that the forester produces, and if they're close enough, distance by road is looked at. If they're close enough, then the depot will be circumvented. The goods will not go into the depot; they will go directly from the forester to the lumberyard, which is a good way to optimize your industrial production chains in the game. Of course, we only have a few buildings for the moment, so it's not complex yet, but it gets crowded later on.
Definitely, yeah. Oh,
Don't have
that's-
enough?
Yep.
I
I'm
would
out of
actually advise
flour.
you to either upgrade if you can. I'm not sure what you have on
Only
offer.
running costs.
Eh,
That's also not such a
you would
bad
probably
thing.
need better production efficiency.
Yep.
So what he's showing now is all buildings, all production buildings, and most other buildings as well, public services and stuff like that, can also be upgraded if you have the upgrade unlocked, which is done through development, research and development. We'll show it a bit later on. Let's continue with this. I would actually advise you to make another lumberyard. You're gonna need a lot of plywood to start building
Really?
more.
Yeah, okay, still a lot of
Or
unemployed
you can do
people.
some salvaging. That's also an option. You have
Yeah.
enough people.
Gonna give it a shot with another lumberyard. Nah, I can't.
And then you can do some salvage.
I think I saw. Yeah. Saw certain salvaging.
So since the world has gone through a long and grueling war, there are plenty of ruins you can salvage for useful resources. In this case, yeah, he will get some plywood, some bricks, is that concrete?
Yeah.
Yeah, concrete. Oh, some some construction materials in general.
Yeah, also gonna salvage.
Well, if you have enough people, you can do it, since
Yeah.
you need your workforce to at least temporarily assign them to clear out some rubble from the area. It's also a good way to clear some space for your town.
My people are holding quite okay so far. Morale 64. Nah, I need better.
Well, there are more categories. They're good with basic needs, but they need some other stuff as well, some luxuries maybe. I'm not sure how good you are with that. You are in the plus as far as money goes, which is good.
Yeah, I will just have to build that. I still need some more plywood. Oh, see, okay, I can place it. Alright, now. Need the construction material. Gonna just speed it up a
Yeah.
tiny bit.
And while we're waiting, you can also change the weather a bit if you want. One of the things you can do is you can change the weather, current weather and the time of day, or you can leave it at dynamic so it changes according to some forecast. And it's here. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We came into a rain.
Yes, vegetables and grain need some water.
Yeah, weather doesn't. Weather is just visual. Time of day is also just visual. It does not affect production in any way. It's a visual thing, so you can change it as much as you like. It's not a problem.
I'm gonna leave it to dynamic.
It still is
way it is.
rather modern time, so it doesn't rely on so much. We wanted to give you more freedom to change those things.
I personally like the sunlight, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 38 plywood. That's all cool. Just check something out.
This is the stock window where you can see an overview of all resources in the game and what you're producing, how much, what you're importing or exporting, and what's the balance value. Are you getting more? Is the stock increasing or decreasing? It will give you a good idea of how you're doing and what you need to do more or next.
So, okay, what I figured next, I wanna big up the morale for these people, because happier the people and more in better shape they are, they're gonna spend more, and it all comes down to taxes. And
Yeah.
I love taxes. Taxes big
Yeah.
up my account.
Besides trading, which we'll
Money.
touch on some other time or later in the playthrough, collecting taxes the main way to earn money for your empire, which of course you need people who to tax, but it also the amount of taxes you can collect depends on how happy your people are. So if you keep them happy and fed, they will give you more money. But there's a lot you need to take care of. There's basic needs, those just basic stuff for like food. There's also luxuries. Luxuries have a very large, very high impact on the amount of taxes you collect.
So right now, I got vegetables. It seems to be going quite well. Storage, don't need it. People, I got enough of workers,
Yeah.
so that's in good shape at the moment. Wheat is also working fine. I'm just gonna
Up the production rate. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good idea.
Just in case.
Get more
because-
for the same amount of expenditure. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I need water.
So water is the first resource that functions in a different way. So all the resources up until now have been transported around via these little trucks you can see on the screen. Water is the first one that isn't. That needs to be taken from the ground and it is spent immediately. But they do need a second component. One is to take the water from the ground, that's the water pump, and one is for distribution, which you need to place close to the buildings that need the water. Electricity works in the same way, so you will see once we get to water.
Just realized that my town might be engulfed in flames.
You're
Not
around
still-
10%, so
Not still, but gotta watch out for that. little
not
thing.
not dangerous yet.
Yet. It can go up quite fast. So yeah. Gonna put some starting electricity buildings at the moment. Just gonna put them here for the time being, so they're near, not too much of them. Gonna move them later down the road. Since I'm producing wheat, I should probably start.
You're going for
actually
bread.
continuing. Since I got a depot here, I'm gonna just continue chaining here. It would be actually smarter to place it near the wheat farm.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the important. This is the chain, the production chain info panel. Daniel mentioned earlier. As chains progress into more complex ones, that's the basis of the entire production, the entire industry of this game in a way. This is the best way to keep track of all the chains, of the entire chain to the very start. You know, its various ways it can actually expand. It's still a baby production chain, let's just say, considering it's only got 2 buildings connected together for the purpose of creating from the wheat, flour, of course, yeah. So it will get pretty not hectic, but it could get quite hectic without that panel. So always keep it.
I'll just suggest to connect the building with roads.
We'll do so as soon as I put the bakery here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna chain all 3 of them in one, so they all work together. Like
Click on the building so you can show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not enough production resources. Okay.
It takes
Just
some time
still
for the
waiting.
resource to be produced.
Not only that, I'm out of people. -21. So yeah, maybe some are still working on the. No, they're
No,
done.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
Now it's time for more help.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plug the depot here. We're gonna place it like this for the time being. Making another block. No plywood. Just gonna connect the roads.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for joining.
What did you do?
I'm gonna demolish a bit to the road because it costs money. I don't wanna spend too much. Income 6.5.
I think you're okay. You're still in the green.
Yeah, not gonna be for long.
Also, while we're at it, there are some, let's say, actions you can do. Thomas will just use the demolish action, pretty common, nothing strange about that. But there's also move and copy. We really wanted to make the city building as friendly as possible. We don't want you to fight the game. So if I don't know, you build a certain part of the city and then later you decide you need to put another building somewhere in the area, you can simply make some room for it. You can move buildings around. The game does not punish you for that. This is again intentional. We know it's not realistic, but we're not going for pure realism. We want to make it easy to play. We don't want you to fight the game just because you need to place one building in a small area. There's also, for convenience, there's also the copy tool, so you can select and copy entire areas of the city and simply place them somewhere else.
I'm gonna do it
You
right
can
now.
move or
No,
copy, but
I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna
oh, he's gonna show it now.
kill these 2, then just copy, for example, these 2 here.
Yeah.
Up, gonna rotate them, and
Yeah. Again, for convenience, for ease of use.
yeah, I can copy more blocks, more than these 2 houses.
Yeah.
That's
There's also, for those of you who like planning in advance, there's also the planning mode. That's if any of you played, I don't know, 1800. That's, I believe it's called the blueprint mode in there, where you can simply plan out your some blocks of the city. So he's not really actually paying resources for these buildings. He's just placing them in advance, so he can plan it out better. And then when he wants to, or when he acquires the necessary resources, he can simply upgrade them to a finished state.
Yep. Okay. Still not using electricity, waiting for the water.
Oh, you should. Did not developed yet, eh?
Yeah.
Then this is a good time to explain how how scientific development is done in Kaiserpunk. So in Kaiserpunk, everything depends on how you're building your city. If you want to advance faster in the area of agriculture, you need to place more agriculture buildings. if you want to advance faster in manufacturing, these are these branches of development you can see on the screen, you need to build more buildings of that branch. So what Tomislav is currently waiting for is to unlock the water pump and water tower. That's in the utility section. The utilities section should be, at least.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, so it's best for him to build more utility buildings to advance to higher stage faster.
And these are the utilities. Oh,
yeah.
the important part here is also there's two modes of building tools, grouping,
Sorting, yeah.
sorting. Yeah, that's a good word.
Thank you.
That's actually quite the right word. So yeah, it's easier. It's depends on how you want to play. What's your play style in a way, but it also helps you to know to have a quicker overview of which building is in which research in which development group actually. So here, as Daniel said, if I want to big up or speed up the utilities branch, I should probably build more utilities buildings. So more you build,
The
better
faster you develop.
Same goes for agriculture. Same goes for.
Same goes for everything. Absolutely everything. The resources how you unlock them, new buildings, new upgrade, everything is done in the same way. So by simply playing, you will be unlocking new abilities.
My people are not hungry anymore. Yes, it has improved. All right.
These are just some of your advisors that give their thoughts and opinions on the stuff you do in the game.
So yeah, is there any coal around here? It's far away. Not gonna build that just quite yet.
Well, you can, if you don't know what to do, you can always follow the tasks. So
I'm just gonna pre-plan the power for some housing. I'm gonna need some better houses here for higher social classes.
So these buildings that Thomas is placing look different. That's because they are for the second class of residents, for manufacturers. Some buildings require simply a higher tier of residents. Laborers are your basic tier. They work mostly on farms, menial labor, let's say. They also require the least amount of resources and luxuries and all that. Manufacturers mostly work in factories and such facilities, which means you will need a lot of them. Also, manufacturers also spend more, so they pay higher taxes than the average labor Joe.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the firehouse here because
it's getting there.
risk. I don't want to see them hurt. So yeah, this is the fire station, of course.
This is the first public service building he's placing. It's the fire station. I think you can guess what the fire station does. Of course, it does it in a radius around it. But also, when I say radius, again, it is calculated by road distance, not by actual circular radius around it. That's just for easier placement.
We just added another upgrade for the production output. I need more plywood for to build a fire station.
I see you're also still running low on water, but that's okay. It's not unlocked yet.
Okay, we're gonna speed it up for a second. On that military base. Soon.
Well, if we're waiting for something to unlock, maybe we can slow the game down to speed 1, and maybe we can show the world map. So we're not using it for the moment, simply because we don't have an army to send out into the world. But this is the second layer of Kaiserpunk, and that means it's the world. As you if you watch from the beginning, you remember we started in Europe, so that's our initial position, location in the world. Your starting location can be important. No, not can, it is important. If we started in Europe because we wanted the specific map to play, but you can also start in North or South America, Africa, Australia, wherever. It does matter. If you start, for example, in Australia, you will be not cut off literally, but you will have more time for yourself before anyone else reaches you. That also means you will have to develop more before you can go out from Australia and reach other empires. Simply because you need to you need to produce ships to assemble fleets that can then carry your troops around.
Let me just check how's my enough food, enough grain. I can sell some grain.
Yeah, sure. And while you're at it, explain to people how trading works. This basic trading.
Okay, so basically you have your stock. So you can actually lock or unlock trading. I mean, if you want to sell the goods or buy it. So I don't want to buy grain, so yeah, I'm going to lock it. I just want to sell it, so I'm going to leave it unlocked, and I just set here the amount of grain I want to have in store or at all times, if possible, of course. Traders come and go. It always depends on the amount of goods they want to buy or they want to sell or they have in stock to sell.